Welcome everybody to Friday Night Smackdown, as we are drawing near towards the end. Just 3 more shows left and we are nearing towards WrestleMania, and of course we are nearing towards the end of the WWE 2K25 Universe Mode series. But with all that to the side, tonight's Smackdown comes to you live in Sacramento, California, as we got a lot of big things going on. Of course, we got Jacob Fatu versus Randy Orton, a face-to-face later on tonight with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. But of course, to kick off tonight's SmackDown, John Cena, who's coming off a win against Ilya Dragunov at Saturday Night Main Event, will meet Obafemi for the first and only time here in WWE history. And of course, that match will take place right now, as that will be kicking off tonight's SmackDown in Sacramento, California, as we are just a week away from WrestleMania. And we're nearing towards the end of 2K25. As we kick things off tonight with John Cena versus Obafemi. And of course, this is the first and only time these two are going to meet. And of course, John Cena, of course, does have his retirement match coming up at WrestleMania. And of course, his opponent Gunther will be in action tonight. As boy, we're nearing towards the end, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we might give out a rundown about what is to come here tonight on SmackDown. Obviously, the aforementioned Gunther will be in action. Then, of course, Rhea Ripley will be in action against Piper Niven. Jacob Fatu will meet Randy Orton for the first time ever here in WWE, here on SmackDown. And then the main event, the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins will meet face to face a week before the Championship match at WrestleMania. And of course, what will these two say? We'll find out later on tonight. As out next, we've got Obafemi. Of course, it is confirmed Obafemi will meet Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-barred match at WrestleMania. And of course, Obafemi's had an issue with Drew McIntyre as of lately, which all started with Drew McIntyre taking him out, thus causing him to lose his spot in the WWE Championship #1 Contenders Elimination Chamber match. And then Drew was demanding where does he go following his Royal Rumble loss to Roman Reigns. And then he took his loss out on Obafemi, who of course was trying to get himself into the WWE title scene. I mean, he was in the mix with Cody Rhodes for a while when Cody had his stuff with Legacy in late 2025. And of course, Obafemi's made his promise since Roman Reigns was traded over to SmackDown that when the OTC is ready, he will have no match for the ruler when the day these two will be in the ring with each other for the #1 prize here on SmackDown. And of course, what is on Obafemi's mind here? And of course, he does want the shot against Roman Reigns after WrestleMania, but can he get it? Roman, it doesn't have to be Roman, because of course, Seth Rollins, who was also a part of the Cody stuff with Legacy in late 2025. I mean, only time can tell. As the match begins. Close on down by Obafemi. As John Cena reverses. What could John Cena be thinking about here? Considering he's got this retirement match against Gunther in a week from Sunday at WrestleMania. And of course, we may as well talk about the WrestleMania card right now. And of course, obviously the night 1 main event is Braun Breaker versus Aleister Black for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then of course, you got a no-holds-barred match between Obafemi and Drew McIntyre. As John Cena springboard stunner there. As back to the WrestleMania card as we got Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. A Sin City Street fight between Brock Lesnar and CM Punk. A WWE Women's Championship match with Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. A United States Championship match between Ricky Sainz and Johnny Gargano. A Cruiserweight Championship match with Devon Evans and Charlie Dempsey. And then on night 2, we of course do have John Cena's retirement match against Gunther. A WWE Championship match with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Sheamus Rusev for the Intercontinental Championship. Stephanie McMahon versus AJ Lee for the Women's World Championship. the Lucha Bros versus the New Catch Republic for the WWE Tag Team Champions, which was confirmed after the New Catch Republic beat the Street Profits at Saturday Night Main Event. Then, of course, AJ Styles issues a WrestleMania Open Challenge. And then we have a last man standing match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Of course, the match we were going to have back in December at Bad Blood, but Cody Rhodes was taken out the night before the show, causing Orton to have his last man standing match be taken off, and instead he would get a traded superstar for the WWE Championship, which was obviously none other than Roman Reigns. Kick out there by John Cena. So yeah, WrestleMania is looking stacked right now. Reversal there by Obafemi. As of course, what is on Oba's mind here? John Cena gets back to his feet. Body slam, sit out body slam there by John Cena. As John Cena, what could he be thinking about doing to Obafemi? Now because, John Cena reverses. I know it's too early to say it, considering I was probably going to say it for next week's Smackdown, because it's been an incredible ride this series, and because we cannot wait to see what big things we have up on our sleeves for 2K26. Reversal there by Obafemi. John Cena, he's going to do the AA just like he did to win the World WWE Championship back in SummerSlam. There by John Cena. Here we go for the pin. And John Cena picks up the victory to kick off SmackDown here tonight. And of course, is John Cena ready for Gunther at WrestleMania? I'll have to wait and see. Good match here between him and Obafemi to kick off tonight. Wait a minute! What's going on? As Obafemi is still in the ring as wait a minute! That's Drew McIntyre! Is he getting a table? I guess Drew McIntyre wants his gut back after what happened on SmackDown 2 weeks ago when Obafemi met Drew McIntyre. And of course these two will settle in a no-holds-barred match at WrestleMania. As, oh god! What could Drew... what is he thinking about? Spear through a table as Drew McIntyre gets the best out of Obafemi here tonight. As I cannot believe what we just saw by Drew McIntyre taking out his WrestleMania opponent in Obafemi. Because, I mean, what could be on the mindset of Drew going into the no-holds-barred match at WrestleMania? Only time could tell, considering he's got 2 weeks, this week and next week, before WrestleMania to get things ready. Anyways, let's move on to what is going on here tonight on SmackDown. As of course, later on tonight, the WWE Championship participants in Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins will meet face-to-face a week before the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. As what will these two say when they meet face-to-face a week before the showdown at the grandest stage of them all? We'll find out as these two will meet face-to-face later on tonight here on SmackDown. Also later on tonight, we are also going to have another first time ever match as Jacob Fatu will go one-on-one with Randy Orton as who will pick up momentum going into their respective WrestleMania matches, or will their opponents at WrestleMania get involved in this match? We'll find out as these two will meet for the first time in a one-on-one match later on tonight here on SmackDown. As we are in the ring, as we are getting ready for one-on-one action, As Gunther. Of course, he's getting ready to go one-on-one with Josh Briggs, who of course that's who is Gunther facing here. Of course, what is on Gunther's mind going into his retirement match, going into John Cena's last match at WrestleMania. And of course, Gunther, I mean, he's noticed on what could be on his mind going into WrestleMania. And of course, will Gunther dominate Josh Briggs with ease? As you can tell, the crowd here tonight is he's being met with chorus of boos. As who do you got winning? Gunther or Josh Briggs? I bet it's going to be Gunther. Oh, well, this was not a good timing there for Josh Briggs. Chop there by Gunther. Briggs reverses. Does I take out my headphones because there was something wrong with it for a minute. Big boot there by Gunther. Gunther looking to do it again. Josh Briggs gets back out of all of that. Another Gunther chop connect. Oh, what drop there by Gunther. Another chop. Gunther's close, decimating Josh Briggs with ease. And he's looking to send a message to John Cena going into his WrestleMania retirement match. And of course, speaking of John Cena, it is confirmed next week will be his final SmackDown appearance. And of course, John Cena is looking to go out with a bang before his retirement match against Gunther at WrestleMania. And of course, what will John Cena be doing in his final match in his final SmackDown appearance before his WrestleMania match with Gunther? We're gonna have to wait and see. As Gunther, speaking of him, powerbomb to Josh Briggs. Here we go for the pin. And Gunther decimates Josh Briggs with ease here tonight. And of course, what could be on Gunther's mindset going into his WrestleMania match with John Cena? We'll have to wait and see. Good, as Gunther pretty much destroys Josh Briggs. And of course, what could be on Gunther's mind going into WrestleMania where he takes on John Cena? As of course, I mean, Gunther has one more week after this to get his strategy sorted out. And of course, he gets the win over Josh Briggs here on SmackDown tonight. That's all we know. Live on March 14th and March 15th will be the first pay-per-view, aka Premier Live event, whatever you want to call it, for 2K26, as it is WrestleMania, as WrestleMania will be taking place in Las Vegas between two nights. And of course, you do not want to miss the first PLE of 2K26, named WrestleMania, coming your way on Saturday, March 14th and March 15th, respectively, live on YouTube. As we're back live here on Friday Night SmackDown, as Rhea Ripley is scheduled to go one-on-one with Piper Niven. And of course, what is on Rhea Ripley's mind? And of course, 1 week away before she challenges Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Championship at WrestleMania. And of course, we haven't seen Bianca Belair in quite some time. Well, I mean, we haven't seen her since she successfully defended her Women's Championship against against Jade Cargill at the Royal Rumble. Well, of course, that was a rematch from the cash-in back at SummerSlam, where Bianca cashed in on Jade Cargill to win the Women's Championship. And of course, what is on Rhea Ripley's mind here? Pardon me. And of course, that's her opponent in Piper Niven. Of course, the woman that's been accompanied by Chelsea Green. And of course, what is on Rhea Ripley's mind here? Piper Niven. Oh no! Rhea Ripley! Big boot to Chelsea Green. She's going after Piper Niven. Uh-oh. As Rhea Ripley, of course, is sending a message to Piper, to Bianca Belair going into WrestleMania. Another super kick connects. The match hasn't even started yet. As Rhea Ripley is, of course, bringing it to Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. The match hasn't even started yet. There's Piper Niven. It seems that the match is on the way. Super kick there. Uh-oh. Riptide's coming. Riptide connects. Here we go for the pin. A kick out. There's Piper Niven. Reversal there. Uh-oh. Piper Niven. Reversal there. Oh! Uh-oh, here we go. Riptide connects. Here we go for the pin. And Rhea Ripley completely massacres Piper Niven here tonight. And of course, could this be the sign of Bianca Belair at WrestleMania? Only time can tell. As of course Piper Niven may have dominated a little, but Rhea of course gets the best out of Piper Niven. And of course, will we be looking at Rhea Ripley as the new WWE Women's Champion in a week from Saturday at WrestleMania? We're going to have to wait and see as she gets the win and go over Piper Niven here tonight on Smackdown. As coming up next here on Smackdown, Jacob Fatu will go one-on-one with Randy Orton for the first time ever. As question is, who will gain momentum going into their respective WrestleMania matches? We'll find out as these two will meet for the first time. Up next, here on Smackdown. As we are back live here on Friday Night Smackdown, as we are set for one-on-one action, and it is Jacob Fatu versus Randy Orton. As what is on Jacob Fatu and Randy Orton's mind going into their WrestleMania matches. Of course, Jacob Fatu has his match with Solo Sikoa, while Randy Orton's got his last man standing match against Cody Rhodes. The match they were going to have last December. Unfortunately, Cody Rhodes got injured. Of course, Cody Rhodes was taken out by Randy Orton on the SmackDown prior to the event, thus causing the match to be taken off. And then of course, Cody's made his promise since his Royal Rumble return that he's looking to destroy every bit of legacy. He was able to do it with Ethan Page and Austin Theory by help of John Cena at Elimination Chamber. And of course, that was also the night Orton failed to win back the WWE Championship. Now obviously, we all know he lost it back at SummerSlam. And of course, these two are looking to finally have the rematch. This time in the last man standing match. But of course, the difference between what was going to happen at Bad Blood versus what's going to happen at WrestleMania, it is not going to be for the WWE Championship. As for Jacob Fatu, of course, he's been feuding with Solo Sikoa ever since Solo kicked him out of the Bloodline, following him losing his US Championship and his WWE Championship number one contenders Elimination Chamber qualifying match to Obafemi. Of course, what is on Randy Orton's mind here as he's on his way to the ring. Of course, this series, of course, hasn't really been favorable to Randy Orton. I mean, it may have started off strong when he finally finished his mission, which was to become WWE Champion after beating CM Punk at Backlash. Of course, that was his promise since rejoining the SmackDown brand at the end of 2024. Then he would lose the title to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Then he failed to take his title back at Bad Blood. And not only this, I mean, we thought things was going to get better after he kicked Rollins out of Legacy, but things didn't work. And then it got worse as he would be beaten by Roman Reigns at both Bad Blood and the Elimination Chamber, and he failed to get to main event WrestleMania. And now he's here tonight, fighting Jacob Fatu. So far, Fatu's bringing it to Randy Orton. As Jacob Fatu and Randy Orton bring it to each other. Kick to the gut there. As Jacob Fatu's busted Randy Orton open. Uh-oh. Jacob Fatu and Randy Orton. There's more chain wrestling for Randy Orton and Jacob Fatu. Reversal there by Jacob Fatu. Randy Orton, reversal there by Jacob Fatu. As Randy Orton is being destroyed like a human wrecking ball. Super kick there by Jacob Fatu. Randy Orton with the reversal. Another headbutt there. Super kick there by Jacob Fatu. Oh, Jacob Fatu may have changed his mind right now as he does. Uh-oh, Randy Orton with a reversal. Roll up. Kick out at 2. Jacob Fatu reverses. As Randy Orton throws Jacob Fatu into the steel steps. Super kick connects. As Jacob Fatu is heading back to the ring. Oh, Randy Orton's back in the ring. As, oh boy, Cody Rhodes is waiting on the ramp. And of course, Orton is in the middle of a mat. Oh god, he's on the stage. He's going after Cody. Of course. And they're going at it. It seems so that the bell's rung, which means that Orton's pretty much won. Via disqualification. Wait a minute, Cody's going. Oh boy, they're not waiting till WrestleMania to settle this once and for all. And of course, things did not go well for Jacob Fatu, but he's still. Wait a minute, that's Solo Sikoa. He's attacking Jacob Fatu with a kendo stick. Of course, Solo gets the last laugh here tonight, but will it still be true at WrestleMania, or will things fall apart for Solo Sikoa?
If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and then turn your notification bell on so you don't miss any content provided by
As I just cannot believe the chaos we got with Cody, Orton, Solo, and Jacob. I mean, there was a lot of pull-apart brawls. I mean, a lot of things going on between both. Of course, Cody and Orton pull apart, and Solo attacking Jacob with a kendo stick. But we're moving on from that to running down what will be happening on next week's episode of Smackdown. The final Smackdown, not only before WrestleMania, but the final Smackdown of WWE 2K25. As we got two big things going on. As we do have a tag team match with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes battling Austin Theory and Ethan Page of Legacy. And of course, this is pretty much the same thing we saw last week, except it is going to be a normal tag team match, and Cody Rhodes is Roman Reigns' tag team partner. It is kind of poetic that years ago, these two were feuding for the WWE Championship, and now they will be teaming up next week on SmackDown, as they will take on Ethan Page and Austin Theory of Legacy. Also next week on SmackDown, this will mark the last SmackDown of John Cena, and of course he will be facing Gunther in his final match at WrestleMania. But of course, before that, he will be competing in his final SmackDown match, and his opponent will be none other than his longtime archenemy, Randy Orton. And of course, so much more going down on the final Smackdown of WWE 2K25 that comes your way next week. But coming up next here on Smackdown, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins will meet face to face a week before the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. As what will these two say a week before they wrestle at the grandest stage of them all for the top prize on SmackDown? We'll find out as these two will meet face to face, and that takes place up next here on SmackDown. As it is now time for a face-to-face between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Of course, the two men that will be in one of the main events of WrestleMania Sunday this year. And of course, the main event for Night 2's WrestleMania will be John Cena's last match against Gunther. And of course, big things going on next week on the final SmackDown before WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns teaming up when 3 years ago they were feuding for the WWE Championship, and now they are teaming up in 2026 to take on Legacy, which is pretty much the same thing we saw last week, except it was a Tornado Tag Team match, and Seth Rollins was Roman Reigns' tag team partner. And of course, John Cena's last SmackDown match against his longtime archenemy, Randy Orton. Has such big things taking place. And of course, while Reigns is making his way to the ring, we're going to run down what is happening on the final one SmackDown of 2K25. And of course, we do have Monday Night Raw coming up this Monday. And of course, we do have AJ Lee and Stephanie McMahon face to face. Then AJ Styles will be in action against Charlie Dempsey. Of course, who the hell will take on Lyra Valkyria? CM Punk will be in the building to address Brock Lesnar days before the Sin City Street Fight match at WrestleMania. And then we have the tag team main event with the champions going into the Raw champions going into WrestleMania, and Sheamus and Aleister Black teaming up to take on their challengers in Rusev and Braun Breaker. And then on the final SmackDown before WrestleMania, of course, it is confirmed Damian Priest will also be taking on Solo Sikoa. We will of course have Roman Reigns teaming up with teaming up with Cody Rhodes to take on Legacy. Penta will take on Pete Dunne. Bianca Belair will take on Alexa Bliss in a Crown Jewel rematch. And then we have John Cena versus Randy Orton in John Cena's last SmackDown match and the final match of WWE 2K25. Now, of course, it's been an incredible ride. And Reigns, things didn't go well for him until he was transferred over to the SmackDown, until he was superstar swapped for Shinsuke Nakamura. And just with what we're looking at right now, with him as the WWE Champion going into WrestleMania once again, it's kind of alarming. But of course, will he be walking out of WrestleMania as champion, or will we get a new champion? And of course, keep in mind, Rollins accused Roman for why he didn't become WWE Champion when he was on SmackDown last time. Because, of course, he chalked up Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Braun Breaker, and John Cena as the reasons why Seth Rollins didn't get a chance to finish his story and become WWE Champion, which was his promise when he was drafted over to SmackDown in the 2K23 WWE Draft. Will things be different for Seth Rollins, or will it end in the same result? We're going to have to wait till WrestleMania. Of course, you can tell what is on Roman's side. So of course, Roman Reigns pretty much talking about history. from the days in the Shield. And of course, speaking of the Shield, there's his Shield brother in Seth Rollins. And of course, what is on Seth Rollins' mind going into WrestleMania? We're gonna have to wait and see. And of course, Seth Rollins, I mean, what has he got to say after all these things Roman Reigns was talking about with their history in the Shield? I mean, let's see what Seth Rollins has to say to Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins, my challenger for my WWE Championship. You really think that your goofy ass would step up to the OTC? Shut up, Roman! You had your fun years ago when you stopped me from becoming WWE Champion just so Cody could hold the belt until Survivor Series 2 years ago where he dropped it to CM Punk. Now it's me, and also it is now my time to do the talking before I beat you in a week from Sunday at WrestleMania. For weeks, you've been telling the world that I will never be finishing my story. Wait. Well, I mean, you made me fail my chance at finishing my story the last time I was on Smackdown. That same time when you were there, John Cena was there, and when Cody Rhodes was the WWE Champion. Roman, you can come up with whatever you have in your mind, your abilities, anything, but at the end of the day, I will be finishing my story this next weekend in Las Vegas, and I will become WWE Champion like I should have been either 3 years ago, or hell, I should have been champion last September when me and Cody had the match at Bash of the Line, or hell, I should have been champion last summer when I had the chance to wrestle Randy Orton at both King and Queen of the Ring and Money in the Bank. But instead, all that was taken away thanks to CM Punk. But then of course, I took care of him, and then I set my eyes on the WWE Championship, and then we formed Legacy. Orton kicked me out because I let him down in War Games, only for me to have a feud with with Randy Orton. A little one, before I set my eyes on your title. And let's not forget, the person you are talking about, I am a former Universal Champion. In fact, I'm a two-time Universal in fact, I've been a multiple-time Universal Champion. A multiple-time... Well, mate, I am a WrestleMania main eventer. A man who is more who fans had more interest in compared to you. And at WrestleMania, that WWE title will be taken away from the OTC. And of course, it doesn't matter what happens after my win. Whether that's Obafemi, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Solo Sikoa, or hell, even Jacob Fatu. You think it's that simple? You think you can beat me? I own all of this. The WWE don't need you. They need me. And of course, what else is Roman gonna have to say? At the end of the day, I am this company's lifer. Without me, this company would not be. Without me, this company. That people without me, they wouldn't be a WWE without me. You will be back in the circus with the rest of your clowns, and you'll be dancing after with the goddamn clowns after I whip your ass and remain WWE champion. You know something? You are full of shit. Your breath is starting to suck. And without you, this company wouldn't... they wouldn't be a WWE without you. Without you, the WWE is in a better place without you. See? You walking clown emoji, like you don't have a clue on what it is like to be at a superior level like me. Simply put, everyone knows that at WrestleMania, they will be, and I mean this with every fiber of my soul, they will be a new WWE champion, and that name is Seth freaking Rollins. So of course you can tell the passion between Rollins and Roman. Of course this all comes full head in a week from Sunday at Night 2's WrestleMania in the co-main event for the WWE champion. And of course, who do you think will be walking out of Las Vegas as the WWE champion? Will Roman retain or will Seth become the champion? We'll have to wait and see. As ladies and gentlemen, good night everybody.